Good morning and welcome, Kent Bain with 9 Business Group and Elevate Your Business Chat. Welcome back. We have the pleasure of Vaneesa Klein joining us today. Vaneesa, please introduce yourself and your company name. What sets you apart and what makes you different? Why do people buy from you versus the competition? Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Kent. I appreciate it. So you mentioned my name, Vaneesa. It's a double E, which maybe that will bring some people some luck. So I'm an independent financial advisor, and like me, how we're different is that we don't work in a world of silos or a sale of products. And I feel that most independent advisors, we also have some rigorous training and compliance that we have to adhere to when compared to many others who work in the financial services sector. And so what I mean by that is that when you're at one of the traditional institutions, for example, a bank, you have a financial advisor who's maybe handling your investments. You have a lender who's handling your loans, and a banker who might be handling your savings needs. And often, if you're just starting out, you may have a banker who is handling your banking, borrowing, saving. And the challenge is that what people in these institutions have access to is limited. And the reason for this is that the financial institution is trying to control their own risk by providing that client with the tools that the client-facing sales team has, that's made of bankers, financial advisors, lenders, etc., limited access based on their level of knowledge because they're trained salespeople. And so for some people, it's good, but by limiting the access of products that these people have access to, there's not too much harm that can come from the products that they provide. On the other hand, independent financial advisors like myself, we don't work in these worlds of silos, and we're providing solutions to clients by making recommendations based on a client's situation, needs, and goals. And so it helps provide balance for people and also helps provide better outcomes. And part of this is because we have an overview of the client's full financial picture. Plus, most of us, independent financial advisors, have the flexibility that we're licensed to provide both insurance and investment and solutions. And then while we still have that overview of the client's situation, and we're not experts at mortgage lending, and we don't have the training in that, we have partnerships that help us facilitate what else the personal and business needs of a client may have, including the flexibility of bringing all of these levels of expertise to clients. And it just means that we're more involved with our clients' needs. Because sometimes when someone goes out to get a loan, that decision that they make, yes, they can qualify to get the loan, but it may impact their flexibility in their situation to be able to do something later. So that's just how we're a little bit different from the traditional, what someone might find at the banks.
So in summary, is it safe to say that one of the advantages an independent financial advisor comes to the table with is a broader range of products and services to the table? So more variety, more options, and then you're also not restricted to only selling a certain family of products. So again, opening up more inventory for more options and tailor making offers, options and plans for clients that aren't tied to only what the bank has to offer. So it's more custom made. Is that a safe summary?
Yeah, absolutely. So financial advisors, like other independent financial advisors, they're not our competition. The competition, most of our clients are actually coming to us from the large institutions because people don't come to us from other independent financial advisors because those advisors are doing great work. We have a very collaborative relationship with each other. We're respectful of each other. And so what happens when we're making a recommendation with clients, because often they'll have an objection of, well, I don't want to have all of my stuff in one place. And it's like, you don't have to. We have clients who have, in their portfolio, they might have RSPs with BMO, Bank of Montreal, Manulife, RBC. They don't all have to be in one place. What we're doing is we're curating the financial life by bringing the best parts of what they need for saving, borrowing, investing, um, lending. And then when there's something in their financial life where they need expert advice, for example, an introduction to a lawyer or a tax accountant or someone to help with more complex tax and estate planning matters, we can refer them to other people, but we can also help prepare them on what it is that they need to know and expect. Um, and the benefit for the client is because they come in prepared for that kind of meeting. In the end, it actually saves them a lot of money, and just brings them peace of mind.
Great answer. Love it. How long have you been doing it? And then what has been the biggest challenge since you've gone into business? How did you overcome it? And what does it look like today?
Um, well, I started working in the financial services industry in 2004. I worked in a practice that mostly focused on high income earning medical professionals. And uh, I guess, the opportunities that were presented to me is that I was able to work early in my career with amazing people in the industry. I think that made a big difference in my trajectory. Um, and then uh, one of the challenges was that for a while, I did work at a large financial institution. And then in 2015, I was actually part of a mass layoff, and I went to go work for another financial institution because I kind of thought that it would be better. But having had the experience in those two institutions, I ran back to the independent advisory channel and restarted working independently in 2017. And the challenge was that the climate was a little bit different. Um, and then soon COVID came along, right? So the challenges of not having resources and existing relationships when you're a sole practitioner on how to implement that digitization. Um, Man, it was really, really overwhelming in March 2020. Um, so I would say that that was my biggest challenge, but we've come a full 360 and we've embraced technology, and it's for the betterment of our clients.
Thank you. What is one thing you know now that you wish you would have known when you started in business?
Um, That is one thing that I wished I had never uh, gone to the large financial institutions, and just stayed independent. We have such a collaborative, supportive industry where we learn from each other and we share ideas, and um, there are so many amazing people who are providing solutions. A lot of the tech solutions that we have in Canada are Canadian made by not people who are actually in the tech sector, but from financial planners who have identified a problem and they wanted to improve it. And the fact that we have the resources to help people do that, and also that expertise behind it, is phenomenal.
Great answer. Love it. If there was a pirate, a thief in your business, what would they be stealing from you?
Um, I love this question. And so my short answer would be money scripts. So money scripts is a term that's coined by Brad Klontz. He's a thought leader in the world of financial therapy. He's an American. And basically, money scripts are the unconscious beliefs about money that we have. And those ideas that we have about money are often rooted in childhood that can affect our adult behaviors and perspectives. But the other thing that is really a pirate or a thief in my business that would be stealing from me is, of course, common financial money myths. And what I mean by that is, for example, you need to be rich to invest. This is a money myth. It's not true. You do not need to be rich to invest. And another money myth that I hear a lot from people is that it's too late to invest. And it's not too late to invest. You can benefit when you start investing early, but it's never too late. You always have time. Sorry, my nose is running.
Oh, good.
Can we just rewind and cut that out?
I will cut it out later. Yep.
Okay. So myth number 2 is never too late to invest. People often say that the best time to start investing is when you're young. But of course, when you're young, you're not making a lot of money. So when you get into your 30s and 40s and you're a little bit more established, yes, you can start saving, right? It's just never too late. And how you start, it can just be small. Another myth that we often hear from clients is that the market, that you need to time the market to make the most of your money. And what we see is that it's just better to be in the market, right? So we've even had clients who, put in a lot of money, for example, at the beginning of March 2020, and then there were markets tanked substantially, right? There were global events with oil and gas that were happening at that time. There were a lot of unknowns with COVID, and all of those portfolios, they recovered within a few months, and now they're doing better than they were. So there's no point in timing the market. The best time to be in the market is now. And then another myth that is a little bit more contemporary is that borrowing money to invest in cryptocurrency can help you win big. Well, we've seen that's not worked out for a lot of people. I don't like that money myth. And then a myth that we see a lot at the banks or people who bank or who have just GICs, only GICs, is to let your money grow in your savings account. Well, that's not tax efficient. It's not going to get you the best returns, and it may also not be appropriate for how your assets should be allocated. And then, we're coming up to tax season. So right now it's December 2022, and January, February, people are going to be thinking about maybe making some RSP lump sum contributions. And then in the springtime, when they get their tax refund, they're like, yay, I have a tax refund, let's spend it. Well, maybe you actually want to put that tax refund into your savings account or your emergency funds. And there's just lots and lots of myths that we see. So the biggest challenge is helping people unlearn them and then just better understand what is purposeful and meaningful for their individual situation.
Great answers. That's a lot of different thieves. But no, I think to your point, so what you're saying in general is the biggest thief in your business is at risk is the mindset we bring to money. And we got to rethink how we think about money.
Yeah. And I don't want to penalize people like for thinking that they think these things. They are myths for a reason because they are very common, right? So just helping people unlearn and better understand what is appropriate for their situation is sometimes a challenge because it sucks time from us of helping them learn what is best for their situation, but it also took away some opportunity for them because they had this belief that they believed was true. And had they not had that belief, they may be farther ahead. And
Gotcha.
that's why it's a thief, and that's why it's a pirate.
Cool. Thank you. What is your definition of a successful business? What does it mean for you to be successful?
Well, to just do the right thing, right? So people come to us to solve a problem, and usually it's related to a money matter like investments or insurance or borrowing or taxes. And so we just want to help people with that and simplify it, right? Quite often, people will think that their financial situation is a lot more complicated than it is. Or we have other situations where there might be something that's very important of their financial situation, like maybe they have a child living in a different country, like the US, and that child's going to receive an inheritance. Well, that's actually potentially a problem, right? So we work with clients through that. And it's not even so much as it being a big problem, but sometimes we can just help it be more efficient. We can anticipate what something might be, and then we can avoid or help avoid unnecessary situations. How do we plan for it in advance, right? And that's all what planning is that we just want to help plan for the best outcomes. And so if we can help clients have peace of mind, and if we can catch them when they fall, and we can help something that when the unexpected happens be a little bit easier, to me, that is what makes our business successful.
Excellent. Thank you. What do you want to be known for?
What do I want to be known for? Um, hmm. Well, we want people to feel protected and secure and like they belong. Um, and I'm also a little bit biased, but I think tax planning and peace of mind is what is the greatest gift financial planners give to clients. And most of the time, it's the small wins, but sometimes there's a big win and it can be significant. And planning in advance is what can help people understand. Um, so I want that when um, people are looking at our legacy and what it is that we have left behind, is that they appreciate the clarity and value of having a better understanding of their financial situation, um, has helped them, because in many ways planning is more about emotion, uh, and mental health and mental wellness, and not actually about money.
Very true. I believe it and I've experienced it. So before we close off, you've been a great guest. Thank you for your honesty and very tight answers. For people who want to get in touch with you and want to learn more about getting an evaluation of their financial situation or to engage with you, where can they find you? Where would they get more information?
Sure. We have two really great resources. So let's plan.ca, where we talk about all of the 6 pillars of financial planning and what they look like. And we don't have to address all of those 6 areas. It could just be a particular question that you have. Call me. Our phone number is there. We can have a quick 15-minute chat and see if it makes sense working together. And then a lot of the time, clients are introduced to us by accountants, their lawyers, or through our sister relationship that we have with goinsureme.ca, where the focus is specifically on life, disability, and critical illness insurance planning. And yeah, always happy to have coffee, chat, learn about you, because I'm curious as to what people are doing. And also, sometimes we just like to introduce people to other people in our network.
Very cool. Thank you very much. Have enjoyed the last day and a half of spring before we get winter back, and have a great weekend. Thanks, Vaneesa.
Thank you so much, Ken. It was a pleasure. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.